this is a mountain that's back behind the village. And this is the village of and if you look, where is it? Over right, like in the center, that antenna tower is pretty much like right next to where I live. And these are the mountains back behind the village, or on the other side. And at the top, right there, is a mountain called Jabal Rum, which basically means the mountain of Rum. That is the sun. This is an old camera, so forgive the lack of focus in this, or the lack of white balance. And this out here, oh man, there's a lot of wind. That's the just kind of like entrance into the desert. It is huge, and the camera doesn't do a good job of showing that distance, but that would take maybe an hour to walk to, maybe an hour and a half. And so, and this is right next to where I'm at. There's like a little giant stone wall here. Not entirely certain as to what that says. Maybe somebody can post it down in the comments. And this is the base of, I forgot the name of this mountain, but of another mountain that you can climb to the top of. And these, I think, are camel bone. Camel bone or probably sheep, but I think they're camel. They're quite long. Well, these are the remnants of a camel bone that I am going to turn into two bone blades. And those are my gloves. And so this is where these people have lived for centuries. They were initially nomadic. And if you look back there, hold on, back right there in between that little area, you like there's a little, what they call a garden, but it's basically like a farm. And you'll occasionally, throughout the spring and parts of the summer, see people who are still leading a traditional Bedouin life, taking their flocks of goat or sheep back through there, which is not very large. They have maybe 10. So, and this place is like way out there. It takes from Amman to here, it takes about 3 hours driving straight. And it's really isolated. Like if you look at the clouds, it's supposed to potentially snow here, which I know is like strange in the desert, right? But it does snow here, it does rain here, and if it snows, it'll get so cold because people are trying to use their electric heaters for those that have them. The power goes out, and everybody's just kind of like screwing until it warms up. Let's do this. Set this down here. God, the wind is everywhere. Oh, shit. I dropped it. Sorry. So, this is Warerum. It is a difficult place to live, but it's a fun would kind of be a subjective definition. I guess it depends on what you define as fun. I find it fun, although disconcerting at times. They're the people here, they're really kind of easygoing. You can make a joke. People won't get offended, things like that. As long as it's not something that's egregious, as long as you're not like making a joke about Islam or kind of like their lifestyle is Bedouin. It's, they really don't care beyond that. But there are also people here in this region, and not just here in Wadi Rum, but even in Amman. And for somebody with my background, it is dangerous to kind of like articulate that element to them. People get, and sort of understandably so, but people are like instantly enraged in some instances. And it becomes dangerous at times, but not to the point that, you constantly you do have to be vigilant. You do have to concern yourself kind of with what you say and to whom. And that's not just here in Wadi Rum, that's like in the entire country of Jordan. Because occasionally crazy stuff still does happen. But by and large, this area is isolated from a lot of the BS that you'll find in the city. Hold on, let me try and move this to this other stone, see if it's more stable. There we go. So you won't have as much crap to kind of deal with when it comes to people. Everybody's really friendly. Because it's small, you actually get to know people, learn their names, hang out, chill. I mean, there isn't a lot to do if you're a person who really, needs like city lights. But if you like, kind of like one of the things that I find about this place that is similar to home, at least the places that I've lived in America, and it's America that I'm calling home. Like, a lot of the stuff they do here is kind of like some of the things that you see people do in the South. Like, by which I mean like for entertainment. So like they go hunting a lot here. They don't have like dune buggies, but they like riding in their trucks and their jeeps through the sand, dune jumping. So like that's cool. That's fun. Riding in the back of the truck while like doing whatever, going at whatever high speeds, because you don't really have to worry about hitting anything. Let me back out of this one again. Jeez, man, I wish the weather conditions were better. I tried to wait for the wind to die down, but it was problematic. And I mean, it's also like cold out here right now, and I'm from a place where it snows, and it is like a cold fall day here, like right before, it feels like it's right before winter. So it's, if you look near the front, I don't know if the camera catches that, but it's like a huge amount of dust that's being thrown up there. So kind of like back to what I was saying, like a lot of the stuff they do for entertainment are a lot of the things that I find to be fun, like shooting, hunting. Everybody kind of like sits around and chills. And then before COVID, and that's one of the problems that they're having here right now, is because the money that people made here was basically like 95% based on tourism. And because of COVID and the restrictions, like it is essentially killed that. Like my friends have been asking me like the last year and a half, like every few months, oh hey, do you know what the government's saying about this or that, whether like when things are going to get back to normal? And I keep telling them, like, I don't think it's going to be a few years before anything gets back to what we would remotely call normal. And so, I mean, just like it's destroying small businesses in other countries, most of these tour places out here, most of these camps are essentially small businesses. They're, they're people who own their own camp. They said, like, they do everything. They do their own logistics. They do their own books. They're the ones who guide. This is kind of like where I learned to guide and sort of like semi-navigate the desert. Was the first month that I lived out here. And, I mean, COVID has like really torn this place apart. I remember more so the restrictions they put on this place because of COVID. And it's like overnight, basically, this place has become, much more desolate. I remember the first month that I was here. Hold on. Oh, man, this wind. Sorry, guys. I remember the first month that I was here. It was busy. There were constantly people coming in and out and going. Dozens of different camps where people were driving out into the desert. And that was like year round, essentially. And this is, it's dead. And so now, like, with how this village is, with how this place is, it's a problem. It's an issue. Like, they don't have money coming in to fix their homes. They don't have money coming in to put into their businesses, to repair the things that need to be repaired infrastructure wise in the city. So, it's problematic. This video is going to be like the first part of maybe a series of videos about my time here, or, when I kind of come up here to talk. So if you guys like it, let me know. Man, this wind's getting really bad. So if you could like, comment, subscribe. Again, any critiques, like with the wind, I kind of know that's coming. Any critiques, any ideas that you guys have, let me know, or things that you might want to see. I'm going to kind of turn it around because there's this not huge, but some dust that's being kicked up. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this place is vast. And that, just seeing that little bit right there doesn't do it any justice. So this is part one.